Well, here we are. Guardian. How do we beat a Guardian? What are the more powerful classes generally? Most of the time. Great with teammates, kind of tanky. In 1v1, sort of, but not really. Actually, one of the worst 1v1 classes. So, get into it. Guardian has virtues. F1, F2, F3. You can see that they are off cooldown if you look at their buff bar. So, they have all of their virtues ready, as you can see. But if I use one, then it gives me like an active effect, but then that gets used, and then I no longer have F1. But when you see that come off cooldown, you'll see the buff bar come back. This is mostly important for playing around Willbenders and Dragon Hunters, but you can see it with the core as well, because when it comes back, you can see the buff on their bar again. Now, their F1 is generally blind. If they have the Radiance trait, which they generally do, it blinds nearby enemies. And it gives some burning. The F2 is generally cleanse and healing to their allies. And the F3 can stun break them. So if you see that this is off cooldown, you know that they have a stun break still. So don't like throw all of your stuff in the basket if you're expecting them to not stun break your stun burst combo. And then you see that they have this off cooldown. So you know they have a stun break. And it will give Aegis to allies. So this is great support for their team. So they can scale up in these fights baseline, right? Like any DPS class on Guardian can also do all this supportive stuff. Any support will do that and more, but you know, like baseline, a DPS Guardian is going to be great in its team still. So that is kind of like the main gist of it, other than Guardians have symbols. When a Guardian puts out a symbol, this is just going to do a lot of damage because it's pulsing damage over time. And if you and them stand in it at the same time, they're getting buffs, but you're taking damage. So generally, you don't want to stand in their symbols. Like, that's pretty obvious knowledge. Don't stand in the red stuff, but like, they are mostly symbol based. So, right, that's kind of like their thing too. Travel time of scepter attacks annoying? No. I don't find it annoying at all. It used to be a lot worse. It's really good right now. It's extremely good. It's a very broken weapon right now because it just autos and homes in on them. Let's try an unranked match. I'm going to play some Core Guardian. The Core Guardian build is kind of about the Zeal trait line. So I'm going to put down a symbol when I use my F1. I'm going to just try to blast people inside of it. What's my gear looking like? Avanisos. That's pretty... Wait. Stance skill. No, I need the... What is the one that gives you protection? It's like... Phenom. There we go. Because I have meditations. Whenever I use a meditation, I get protection. I have 5 meditations, so I have like perma-prot with like really aggressive trait lines. And I've got perma-fury. So actually, whenever I use a meditation, I gain protection, fury, and resolution. Nah, bro. Phenom is broken on Mediguard. Okay, so... Eagle, Valkyrie, energy cleansing. Do this. I think I want to immobilize here. I have plenty of damage. Okay, so I'm just a core guardian. We'll play like one match of this and then we'll move on. But yeah. Okay, so I'm a DPS role, I guess, sort of roamer DPS. I'm kind of low mobility. All guardians have low mobility, pretty much. They have inward mobility, like they can port to a target, but they can't really get out. Except when we get to Wheelbender, then they can kind of get out. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm taking fights that I can win, but not over investing into losing fights that I know are already losing. Okay, there's like 3 going home. Mobilize this guy in all my symbols and then use my thing. Okay. Now I haven't used my JI like most guardians would make you believe that you should do. I pull him. No. Double symbol on him. Okay, so the druids are just going to be really annoying to fight for some reason. I'm not going to attack that druid anymore. Because no one's focusing him with me. Okay, he's got the kill here. Get this guy with a symbol burst. I have a... I'm going to just leave my Greatsword 5 on him because the Greatsword 5 actually does damage over time. So if you ever see this buff on you, the Binding Blade, that means that they can pull you with their Greatsword 5. But if they don't pull you, then it just does damage. I'm going to delete this guy really fast. You rally. Auto attack, auto attack, auto attack. Hello. I mean, this is kind of a laid back class, right? Like, kind of just sit there and auto attack, and then once they're out of cooldowns, you just AI on them. Church's intervention on them. So there's one dodge. I'm just spamming my autos because I can do that. He's not dodging. There's a second dodge, but I think he's got his first dodge back. There's another. Now I'm going to use it. He doesn't dodge. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you play Guardian. Just count the dodges. That's all you have to do is just count the dodges. Everyone always like JIs instantly, and then I just press my dodge key and then it's over. Because they just missed their entire burst. But if you actually count, I know counting to 2 is difficult for guarding mains. I know it's hard to count to 2. It's difficult because there's a clear order there. But if you just 1, there's 2. Okay, I actually got interrupted by the fear ring. Sorry, I was not using my eyes there. I did not see the fear ring, but we pull him into our Greatsword 2 anyways. That's one higher than you can count to? True. Guardian mains can only count to one. Because their attention span is not long enough. Like, wait, where was I? Maybe we double symbol this. Look at that damage. They have a Daredevil on me. Okay. Greatsword 3. And the thing is, like, Guardian mains, they admit to that at least. So I respect Guardian mains, you know. I respect them for that. They'll admit that their class is broken and that they probably, that's why they play it. But yeah, that is a lot of damage. So yeah, how do you play around that? Just don't dodge until you see that they're doing like a big attack. What is their big attack? Right? Like my scepter autos, you're never going to get value from dodging the scepter autos here. Because I'm just going to do another one while you're dodging. While you're dodging, another one is already going towards you. So like I'm going to tax you regardless. You have to do something else besides dodge my scepter. There's one dodge. There's two dodges. Now we do it. And he eats the entire greatsword too. You see that? All you gotta do is count to 2. And if you're playing against the Guardian, all you gotta do is just not use your second dodge until you see them use their big damage skill, which in this case is the Greatsword 2. Just do not dodge unless I use Greatsword 2. Now, my allies are baiting out cooldowns for me, so that makes it easier. And Guardians love to play with their allies because they're supporting their allies, even when they're playing DPS builds. Go up here and save this guy, blind him, double symbol, triple symbol. Bro was unsavable. Couldn't save him. Okay. Druids are kind of a menace. But now that we have 3 chasing him, we can get it. Or when I was attacking that ranger by myself, I didn't have enough damage. We don't want to cap. No, we don't want to cap that node. Nah, we don't want to do that. Now look, I'm gonna just randomly JI on this guy like most people do. Okay, he didn't actually dodge, so maybe that's why most people just do that, because no one dodges anyways. All right, I get it now. I get it. Maybe I'm the only one that dodges when a guardian judges interventions on me, but that's how you play around it. Is you just gotta, when you see the guy that like ports on you instantly and you do the big fiery thing, like that's probably when you want to dodge, you know. I'm not making a assertion, by the way, that Willbender is worse than Core Guardian. I'm just playing Core Guardian first. We just start with the core. Core builds are not bad though, for sure. They're pretty good. They're just easy to play as well. So like, for example, right now I'm piloting. Me piloting this build right now is probably at peak performance, even though I'm just like chilling out. But a Willbender is a little bit more sweaty, so like you can, it's better, but it's just harder to play. Yeah, I left that note as well. Because I am not a side character. If they don't want to cap it, then they don't want to do their job, that's fine. But I ain't the side character here. What the helly? Oh, this guy's playing Evoker. No wonder he got top damage. Okay, yeah. He's playing the more broken class than me. Alright, he's paying to win with Visions of Eternity specs. Yeah, I mean, we're not really trying that hard in that match. So I'm going to take a quick break, guys. And then when I come back, I will play Dragon Hunter. Because Core Guardian is clearly, you know how to play around that now. So let me be right back. Let me give you guys some tunes. Okay. Viable for all content if you wanted to play Greatsword Dagger Spellbreaker. Yeah, that would be pretty viable. It wouldn't be optimal, but it would be pretty viable. I mean, I literally made a video that was kind of like that. It was like a one build for all game modes for that exact playstyle. So yeah, you can do that. Just play like strength defense or strength discipline. You're good to go. All right, let's play DH. Talk about DH. So DH is going to be one of the more... What's the word here? The more, like, you need to pay attention when you're playing against this class. That's what I'm getting at here. Because there are so many animations that can just screw you over. So... Going virtues, yeah, the virtues are just too good. No presence. No. So, longbow. Sword shield. And... let's change the shield in. Because I cannot play with that shield skin, even though it's a pretty good one. Is it even possible to counter? I mean, so far the counter to Guardian is just not failing to dodge when they press JI. You just gotta press JI, bro. Or dodge. But... does DH use Purification or does it use the Signet? Signet heals for 7k and it removes 1 Condi. 2 Condis. Gives blind and Aegis though. Same cooldown. 7k heal versus is literally a 4k heal. Plus 1.6 plus 1.3, so it's also a 7k heal. Sorta, a little bit more than. Alright, let's change the gear though. I have to go Berserker on DH though, which is unfortunate. You do get a little bit of vitality though, so you're not full glass. You're pretty glass, huh? Yep. Well, let me turn down the music. Okay, so... in the longbow, I want opportunity. Made fun of class? The most made fun of. Probably warrior? I mean, when you say made fun of, I think you mean like disrespect. But thief in... yeah, thief is probably the most disrespected, but made fun of is like warrior, where it's like underestimated, maybe. And then for Guardian Relic, what does the Guardian use as the relic? Let's find out. Builds on guildgen.com. Guardian. Dragon Hunter. Vampirism. Oh, right. Defender. Yeah. Defender Relic. Of course. Okay, let's just queue up, but the idea is right, like we can see when the Guardian has their virtues off cooldown, right? So you know they have their virtue of Courage is a dragon hunter. This blocks everything in front of them. But if you hit them from the back, then it doesn't block. So a lot of times as a dragon hunter, you want to like backpedal away from people when you have your F3 up, because you want to be facing them. A lot of people are saying like, oh, just unbind backpedal, but no, you actually need to backpedal sometimes in this game. Yeah, I'm responding to YouTube chat as well. Those two streams. So the F3 is pretty important to not waste your damage into their block. You can see this like shield in front of them. Just don't waste your damage into that. Their F2, you can interrupt this. It gives them a big heal at the end of that animation. So if you have like a ranged, quick kind of disable, then you can interrupt this, which prevents them from cleansing, prevents them from healing. So if you can interrupt that, that's nice, but it's not an evade. And then the F1, which is really important. You see this animation of the tether there? The tether cripples a target, and it will burn them over time. So you get pressure just by having it on you, but do not dodge just because they hit you with the tether. First of all, you want to not get hit by the tether. So how are we going to not get hit by the tether? Well, we're going to see that they have the tether up, right? So we see that Virtue of Justice is on their bar. And then you're going to look for their animation of the spear. So it looks exactly like this. So like normally they have their weapons out like this, but when they do the spear animation, the weapon is gone. The weapon goes away when they throw the spear. Same thing with the, no, F3, no, still has their weapon. F2 still has their weapon. Just the F1 removes their weapon for them to throw that spear. So their weapon just disappears and they throw the spear. You get hit by the spear, they can pull you. It's unblockable, so you can't block it. You have to dodge this. You have to dodge this. If you do not get dodged by this, you get massively pressured because you're getting burning, you're getting crippled. You're also getting like 15% more damage and vulnerability from specific dragon hunters. If they're crippling you, they're getting more damage. So they're just doing tons more damage to you just because that you have that on you. But they can also pull you. And when they can pull you into their traps. And you want to put on stability after you get that on you. But the cooldown for the pull is twice as long as the cooldown for the F1, or the spear itself. So you see the spear, they land the spear on you, they can pull you. If they pull you and then they hit you with the spear again, they can't pull you until the next time that they use it, right? And so if you dodge the first spear, and then you get hit by the second, you can still be pulled. But if you get hit by the first one, dodge the second one, and then get hit by the third, they can pull on the first and the third, right? Because the cooldown is twice, right? So it's every other spear that they use, they can use the pull. If you want to think of it like that. So don't like waste your stability if you just dodge the pull, but also careful. So this is also a reveal, by the way. So it reveals thieves. And I'm going to pull him into this, knock him out of this, and then he's dead. That's kind of like Dragon Hunter in a nutshell right there. You land, if I land my pull on you, you're revealed. You can't go in stealth, and then I can just do whatever to you because I can pull you into my own traps. Guy's being annoying and just spamming fear on me. I wonder why. Now this guy's gonna run at me. I'm just gonna pour it on this guy. If anyone tries to res, I have traps. Rally. He's annoying. Knock him. He uses his stun break already. He dodges nothing. Well, he dodged my spear is what I mean. Knock him away so I can get this kill and rally my team. Now I get the F1. I can pull him into it. Into my trap. Oh, so that's another thing you need to watch out for is that Test of Faith trap. Test of Faith trap is a really big damage if you walk through it. Do it here. He does not rally. We just killed like their entire team twice over there. If you erupt the F2, will it go on a full cooldown or 3 seconds? It goes full cooldown. Whenever you interrupt a skill that gave them some sort of movement or value or effect before it finishes casting, it always goes on full cooldown. And since you got a leap out of it, it goes on full cooldown. You got like movement out of it. That counts as getting something out of it. I'm gonna use this. So look at this trap right here, the test of faith. They dodged out of it so they don't take the hit. If I knock them out of it, then they will take like damage, and that does a lot of damage if you walk through that test of faith. The like circular trap there. I got the reveal here. He's gonna try to go for the res, but I knock him back. I'm gonna port or leap there. He dodges away. I should have actually waited. Use this. I'm gonna test of faith here. My spinny trap there as well. You don't want to be near that spinny trap. They're just kind of focusing me. Where'd he go? Over here. So I'm gonna wait. I'm just holding the F1 because it does more damage, and then I'm gonna pull him through the trap. Because pulling him through the trap, you see it did like 8k damage there, right? On that log. He's gonna try to run me down. 8k test of faith. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? I'm gonna stand in my trap here. He doesn't want to stand in it with me, obviously. So I have my pull in 3 seconds. I'll put both my symbols down. We'll talk about a little bit more like we're gonna play a lot of DH today because there's a lot of counterplay to DH. This is why DH is very bad in like high tier play, because there's a lot of counterplay to it, but it destroys noobs. But there's so much counterplay to it. DH is one of the, in my opinion, one of the better designed classes, because it just has so much counterplay to it. But it's also like really cool and fun and stuff. But I'm a Willbender main, what can I say? Get over here. Oh, he's immune. Where's this guy going? So we'll talk about the longbow in a bit. I guess we're just showing it off before we talk about it. The lost art of DH, though, kind of exists. Oh, obstructed? Really? Knock him into the wall? He's Condi. Okay, you see my F3, and I'm just constantly facing him instead of letting him go behind me. You need to try to get behind them during their F3, like he was trying to do, but I don't really want to go off port spot. If he wants to stand there, then that's fine. I'm gonna put my traps right here, so if he ports on me, dodge. No? Let's dodge this. What is this guy doing? What is bro doing? He's killing my team. He shadow steps towards me? That ain't it, bro. I'm not the safe spot. Who's better for roaming, Vindy or Willbender? Vindy is better. Let's see here. Trap on the node. Put both traps on the node, because why not? So look, he just backpedaled out of my trap, so he just took damage there. Not good for him. I'm gonna knock him out of my symbol just because I don't want to take pressure back from him. I have 3 to break this. I'm just backpedaling, you see that? But he's not trying to get behind me. And now that he has no stability, look, he wasted his stability, now I can just pull him into my trap. I didn't pull him into the trap though. So yeah, you wanna stun break their F1 pull, not waste your stability early. Now I'm gonna try to land my F1 on this guy so he can't stealth. And look at this combo as well. I'm gonna... Oh, wait, never mind. I can't do that because it's on cooldown. Every other I can pull. I didn't even listen to my own advice. But yeah, so there's some combos that they can do that... There are specific counterplays to these combos as well that I'm going to talk about after the match. Yeah, the F1, you have to dodge that. So you have to watch for the animation. You have to expect it by seeing the buff on their bar. And you need to... If you do get hit by it, don't panic and just waste everything. Counter pressure them. Counter pressure them because, I mean, it doesn't kill you to have the thing on you. The things that they put on you after they put it on you is what kills you, right? Like, this is just an enabler. This just enables all of their damage, but you still can counterplay their damage after they land it. Paid actors, yeah. Uh-huh. That's so. Yeah, so Dragon Hunter is a good counter to Thieves, by the way, as well, because what is a counter to Thief? Well, reveal, obviously, but on top of that, range damage is good against Thieves, because Thieves generally abuse melee classes by having too much mobility for the melee to keep up with them. The range is always good, and reveal is always good, so it's like, DH is really good against Thief. So that was a good point that you made. And here's the combo that I was talking about. I'm going to longbow 5 and then pull them into the longbow 5, and look at that. So I precast the longbow 5 into my pull, and that allows me to basically get the longbow 5 to happen guaranteed, because unless they stun break instantly, they get pulled into the animation. But the thing is, like, you can see that that's happening. You see that they have the F1 on you. You see that they're precasting the Hunter's Ward. You know that they're going to do that to you. Like, you can see it coming a mile away. So you need to stun break instantly, or you're dead. Or what you can do is you can get behind terrain. So, like, for example, if I pull this guy right now and he's behind this thing, it pulls him into that instead of into me. So I basically waste it there. Knock him out. See, there's a 5k there. He walks back in. Bro does not know that you have to dodge through the test of faith. These actors are way too they're way too good at their job, man. The PvP actors are way better than the World v World actors. The World v World actors just show that they're stream sniping, like, straight up. But these guys, they don't even have their PayPals written down, bro. Like, I'm behind the scenes, just slipping them a couple bills. Like, hey, yo, I need you to walk through the test of faith to show people why they need to not walk through it, you know? Look, I've got my traps on the node here. And then this guy's... Oh, he dodged through it. He dodged through it. That's a air overload. I do not want to go anywhere near that. Meteor shower? What the... Bro, what are you doing? Meteor shower? Minstrel meteor. So I pull him through my trap and then push him through it. Do that. So playing around Test of Faith is extremely dangerous, because I can push you and pull you through it. Stability counters that, by the way. So if you have stability, you can't be pushed and pulled through it. But you don't have stability, you don't have stun breaks. Well, stun breaks won't even really help you in a lot of cases. Dragon Hunter doesn't have much movement. Just the F2, yeah. Dragon Hunter is generally immobile, yeah. But I mean, it's got more movement than what's it called? Luminary. Luminary's only got that one sword skill for movement, right? And that's slower than the F2. and Firebrand has no mobility, so it's like only Willbender is really slow. I mean, all Guardians are slow, but only Willbender is just not slow, right? How to counter DH stab? Yeah, it's pretty good. Look at that, bro. But see, if you have stab and I just auto attack you with my longbow, I can still do good damage. Like I can just auto attack you and it's still really good damage. Like the longbow skills are good, but the combos that I do that do damage are insured by my CC combos, right? So let's talk about the CC combos, or I guess the things that you can play around. The longbow 2, they do this kneeling attack and then they do a massive projectile that's very long range, 1500 range. You have to dodge this because you will get nuked. You might not actually see the animation that well because I'm using a legendary. Let's show a non-legendary. So legendaries are kind of overpowered for that reason because you can't see the actual animations, right? Stormbow this. But if they don't have a legendary on, then the normal arrows just look kind of like this, but then the true shot looks like this. Like a beam of light. So you gotta dodge that. But that's only an 8-second cooldown. So they can use that twice for weapon swap. They can use it at the start and once at the end. So quite dangerous skill, but it's also kind of low cooldown. Deflecting shot. This is an unblockable knockback. And if you're blocking something, if you're like using a block skill, they can break your block with that. So it's pretty nice for breaking through defenses like that. But it's also used for their combos. And then the symbol of energy, obviously just don't stand in symbols. And then the Hunter's Ward, which is, you see this animation. Look very closely here. See, there's like kind of like a couple of arrows falling from the sky you can see. And then after a second of that, they will explode, do tons of damage, and you'll get stuck. You will be stuck in a ring, right? I wish I could show an example of this. Do I have a video that shows an example of this? Oh, I think I do. Let me try to find this video real quick. Something like how to counter or like meta something. To counter the meta builds. Something. Yeah, here we go. I found it. So I'm going to show you guys how to get out of one specific mechanic here. This is a massively old video, but let's show it. Dragon Hunter. So there's like a burn. This is a like really old video, 5 years ago. So Dragon's Maw and the like. If, for example, if I use Hammer on Guardian, or use Dragon's Maw, or I use the Longbow 5, they're all creating terrain, right? They're creating terrain, and I don't. If you've ever played against this skill before, right? You get caught in the wall, right? You get stuck in there. So I'm gonna show you guys how to not get stuck, basically. So, where is it? Here we go. So I'm playing a warrior here. There's a dragon hunter. You see this dragon hunter right here. And they place down their... Oh, they were using a bug. I remember this bug too. Oh, shit. So what they just did was they precasted their Dragon's Maw and then they soared 2. They fixed this bug a while ago, but it basically allows them to put the Dragon's Maw on you. So now I'm stuck in the Dragon's Maw, and I'm pretty much dead if I don't get out of it, right? Because they're gonna do this Sword of Justice on me, and they're playing a Burn Guard build, right? So how do I get out? Look now, I dodge, And then look, I immediately stun break as soon as I get CC'd, and I'm out. Do I show it again? There. So I've got my shake it off, which is stun break. And I'm stuck. I dodge. I get hit. Look, I'm CC'd. My skills are on cooldown. All my skills are on cooldown. And then I stun break. As soon as you hit the wall, you're going to get CC'd. You need to immediately stun break. And then you can get through the wall, basically. That's how that works. Because there's like an internal cooldown on how fast you can be knocked back by the wall. You can't be knocked back by the wall like so many times. But if you try to hit, like, get through the wall, it'll knock you back, and therefore you'll be stunned. So you'll be stunned during that internal cooldown anyways. If you stun break it, you can walk through it during that internal cooldown, right? That's what you need to do against stuff like the Hunter's Ward, the Dragon's Maw, and the Hammer 5 skill. The Hammer 5 skill as well. You only need one stun break. You can also port out, obviously, but do not port through the Test of Faith, because the Test of Faith will do damage to you if you port through it. You need to evade through it. You can evade and port at the same time, but you cannot just port or you'll take the big damage. So what are the combos again? Right, so if I land my F1 on you, there's two ways that I can combo you. I can do the 5 skill and then pull you into it, right? So you just need to stun break early or put stability up. And then they're just going to be locked in this ring, right? You're going to be locked in the ring and then you're going to be dead. So you need to either stun break after that or before that to not get hit. And then if you're stuck in that, then I can just throw a bunch of symbols on you and then you're just dead. But with roll for initiative, stun break, you need to dodge back, right? Yeah, so with roll for initiative, you would need to dodge backwards into the wall. And actually, with that one, yeah, it would dodge you backwards, so you can't, yeah. The positioning matters with your roll backward skills. Okay, so another combo is I'm gonna land my F1, and then I'm gonna port on you, put down Test of Faith, and you're gonna panic. But I'm gonna knock you out, pull you back in. Okay, they just died too fast. But basically what I can do is I can land my F1 on you, put down the Test of Faith. Once the Test of Faith is down, I can knock you out with the Shield 5. That'll, every time you pass through the Test of Faith, right, you're taking damage. So I knock you out with the Shield 5, which does damage. Knock them out. Then I have the F1 still on them, right? So I can pull them back in. So if I pull them through it, then that's another damage. And then I swap to the longbow and I knock them out again. So that's 3 passes of the Test of Faith that they basically can't avoid, right? So let's show that full time here. The full combo. And I guess this is a good DH guide as well, because I don't think a lot of people use this combo, to be honest. But like, if you play against me, you're going to have to play around this. There's a lost art of the Dragon Hunter. So we throw our stuff, put this down, pull them in, and then they're just dead, right? Like, I just did 17,000 damage already, and I would have done another 7,000. Sorry, 14,000. I would have done another 7,000 damage if I knocked them through. But that's a massive combo, right? Massive. Get hit by that entire thing, you're done. So what's the counterplay to that? What is the counterplay to that combo, right? Well, if I know that they're on the sword when they start the combo, then I want to immediately dodge out. I want to immediately dodge out of the Test of Faith, because then they can't push me through it. They can only pull me through it, right? If they pull me through it, then they can still pull and then they can knock, but they can't push, then pull, then knock. They can only get 3. Or just spam CC on the Dragon Hunter. Just spam CC on them, because they can't use skills during that time. Test of Faith lasts 6 seconds, and this lasts how long? It lasts 66% more. It lasts 12 seconds, so it's quite long, but if you just make it inconvenient for them to start doing their combo on you, I'm gonna port in, do test of faith, say I get CC'd right now. They see that I'm on them and I just get CC'd, and I try to do the push, then I try to do the pull, but it just ends. It just ends because it only lasts 6 seconds, right? So a lot of times when the DH does their F1 on you, a lot of people play very like, they panic and they play very safe. The pull does nothing to you, it just cripples you. You can just go aggressive on the DH because you've already messed up. You might as well trade damage with them. So just trade with them so it makes them inconvenient to do the burst on you. Pressure them basically. But the thing is, you cannot evade their F1 pull. They can literally pull you while you're in an evade frame. So for example, if like a Revenant uses their F1 or their Sword 3 on me, I can just pull them out of their Sword 3 animation. So this is a very dangerous skill to play around. Go into another unranked match. What else is there? Yeah, obviously just if they put the spinny trap down, just do not stand in that. Obviously, just do not stand in that. I die if you have no way to break the tether with range. That's true as well. So the tether can be outranged. Right, you break the tether this way by going out of range of it. But it's kind of hard to do that, right? So another way to counter that, right, is when you get the tether on them, they cannot easily get the test of faith down if you don't fight them. If you just run away, like this, and I have to like use my sword 2 to get closer to you, and I put down my trap, I pull you into the test of faith, but that does not trigger the passing through of the test of faith. It just triggers the test of faith happening, period. And that doesn't do that much damage, by the way. So the initial damage is 63, but the pass-through damage is 1,000. And the pass-through damage is increased against disabled targets. So when I'm CCing you like that, it's doing more damage. But if you're just passing through normally, like you saw it did like, what, 4k? Let's show this. If I pull him through, let me use my skills, please. So it did 4k when it passed through without being CC'd, but it did 7k when I pulled them through myself. Right, so it does more damage to CC'd enemies. And if you have this trait, it does even more that way, but no one does that. I think everyone uses Big Game Hunter because it gives them more time to do their combos and more pressure. So, yeah. That's kind of how that works. But on top of all this, should I be using... No, this is fine. This is good. Contemplation of Purity is good. Yeah, so just dodge that Spear of Justice, and if they land it, then try to pressure them, try to make it inconvenient for them to pull you into it. And once they miss their F1, you can just go ham on them because they don't have much after that, right? So was this the guy that was that the guy that was on my before earlier? Who's next to me, next to the golems? That's the Ghastly Grinning Shield skin. But yeah. So this is a roamer slash DPS kind of build. I would call it more roamer than DPS because the thing about DH is it has very big burst combos, but as soon as you play around those burst combos, where you are just too tanky to die to the burst combos, they run out of damage. They just don't have any damage now. So that's like a common thing with some classes. Like the Ritualist yesterday, I was playing Ritualist. They have good burst combos, but once they use their burst combos, they don't really have a lot of damage compared to like a Reaper. A Reaper just doesn't really run out of damage, but a Dragon Hunter and a Ritualist do. They run out. I mean, their cooldowns come back, right? But if their cooldowns come back slower than your sustain comes back, then you just survive. It's like 500 gold, yeah, I think nowadays. They have 2 luminaries. Don't like to see that. Let's put traps down on the node, but not both. I'm going to keep my test of faith. Hey, he just dodged, so now I land my F1. I'm going to put this on him. Pull him into it. Where's my test of faith? Where is it? That's not it. Just didn't do anything. Okay, let's put this down on the note. Okay, they have a longbow ranger just running straight at me. Okay, I used my pull already, which is bad, but I'm just going to throw this down anyways. They have their JI guy. I'm going to call Guardians JI. I have this thing. I did not mean to have this thing. The Dragon's Maul. Okay. I'm going to put down my traps. So fighting on point like this is really easy for a Dragon Hunter because you just throw out the traps, right? That's why it's really good in low elos as well, because players just fight in the traps always. He's going to die to the... No, he's a Reaper. He's going to be fine. I'm going to heal him actually with the F2. Look at that. 3k heal. Look at that. DPS Dragon Hunter is still helping the boys. Okay, you're aware that this guy's going to decap though. Okay, put all my traps down so he doesn't want to fight me. He dodges out. You see he dodges out of the test of faith. And he doesn't want to go near me. He doesn't even want to go near me. I'm not going to pull him because I don't have anything to follow through. That's another thing that a lot of DH mains do. Is they just kind of pull because they can. They shouldn't just pull because they can. They should pull when they have a combo that they see. This is a core rep. We don't have side nodes, but I don't care. I don't care that we don't have side nodes. Y'all gonna... What is the rune that I'm using? I'm not using a good rune here. Maybe? I don't know. He's at full health. My Spellbreaker is... Okay. Fine. I need to go back to mid. This guy's gonna stand there. He's a Reaper. He can actually plus that. He's gonna plus it alright. They get that kill or what? Doesn't look like they did, but maybe they did, yeah. Can't see the thing on the map. Put down some traps here. Auto attack. He's just gonna walk into all of my traps like that. Get the stomp before they rally. He rallies. Wait for the dodge. Wait for the dodge. Wait for the dodge. He didn't dodge. He just dealt. Could have used my thing earlier. They've got projectile block here, so it's kind of annoying. Untamed is like the hard counter to DH, probably. I just throw down my traps once they get downed. No one is watching home node, so we're just going to get full decapped on that every time. Another thing is they can use, the DHs can use like, the shield 5 to like prevent you from dodging their F1. That's one thing that I do. Is like I want to land my F1 more than I want to land the full combo. So what I do is I shield 5 them and then F1 as soon as I do that. And it makes it harder to whatever it's called. I just need to get this decap and then I will leave. I don't want to waste. Oh, we want to do a 2v2 though. He's gonna walk into the node. I'm gonna judge his intervention or pull this guy into the trap. He CCs me. See that? He just CC'd me and I didn't get off my combo on him. Bro is such a paid actor, I swear to God. Bro is literally perfectly doing the thing that I need people to see. Okay, so I landed my greatsword or my longbow 5. Look, he's kind of stuck, but he gave himself stability. We got out with stability. We have the node. I don't want to chase this anymore, but he's kind of low as well. Longbow 2. Oh, 9k. Look at that. Yeah, longbow 2 doing 5k. That's crazy, bro. There's two... There's a Rev and a Lumi here. We're kind of just not... We're not doing duelist type things on our team, which is, you know, to be expected. Like, their Paragon is just going to win the game for them, I think. Because he's doing duelist things. Okay, knock him out. Longbow 2. You can see, like, that's massive damage, right? I need to res this guy because he's going to rally. He doesn't rally himself, though, when we get our kill, so I don't think he's worth to res anymore. See those big damage things, right? Like, you have to dodge those. You lose home again for free. This Paragon is literally just running off cooldown to our home node. I wonder when someone is going to play around that. You know, like, just don't give him the free decap, because then we have to all come there and decap it from him. Are we gonna force me to play the same role on the other side of the map? I think so. Can I do a 1440p stream? I think I upload in 1440p, but I do not stream in that because I think I would lag too much. Okay, there's traps here. I'm gonna defensively longbow 5. Terrain is really good for DHs, by the way. There's 3 here? No. My ally. He dodges out, and look, he just backs off. He just backs off when I use my stuff there, so that's pretty nice, right? And now I want to kite. There's a good kite spot over here because I don't have cooldowns. My goat on the node. There's a 5k right there. I'm going to pull this guy into my traps, but look, he's behind terrain, so it's kind of inconvenient. But look how much defense I have from my traps, because I can just stand near my traps. You really don't want to fight DHs near objectives. DHs are extremely good at objectives for that reason. But when we do world versus world, maybe I'll do some DH world v world too, but in world versus world, DH is not that good, except for like Zergs, because it's open field. There's nothing to force you to stand in their traps. He makes classes seem fun that you hate. I mean, every class is fun. Is there any class in the game that one person doesn't find fun, like that everyone hates? Okay, so let's break out his block thing here. He's gonna port on me? No, he's not. Has he given up? Has bro given up? So, as you can see, like, DH is deadly. And the thing is, like, when you're zerging in world versus world, the pull can be even more dangerous because I'm pulling you out of your good positioning into my team, and then you're just dead. So DH, honestly, is the GOAT class. Knock them away so I can get the spreads. Let's F3 so they can't cleave. I'm blocking for my allies here. Big support. Like, this is honestly such a broken class. But it has so much counterplay to it. Just do all the things that I said to do. App Relic would revive DH. Well, it would also kill... It would kill World vs. World again. So I put down my Test of Faith just defensively. But he actually wants to go into it. So he wants to take the damage. See that? Because he basically walked into the trap there. He allowed me to... Well... So if I'm on longbow, he wants to go closer to me. Right? So if I have the... If I have the tether on you... And I am in my longbow. What you want to do is you want to avoid, because I push in my sword shield and I push in my longbow, right? But I pull with my F1. So if I have the F1 on you and I do the Test of Faith, go closer to me if I have the tether on you. Or rather, dodge into the trap, right? So that way I can't pull you through it. I can't pull you through it if you're already in it. I can only pull you through it if I'm out of it and you're in it, or if I'm in it and you're out of it. So just be on the same side of it as me. And if I'm on the longbow, just don't get hit by this. You see that animation where it like kind of had like that swirly wind, and then that I can't like tab target that. I have to aim that in a specific direction. So just don't be in pure melee range of me so that you have more time to avoid this animation, so you don't get knocked out. But if I'm on sword shield, then I can basically knock you out at any time. So just like be wary that I could do that. Use sword focus and longbow as luminary. Well, you're not required to play good weapons on luminary. There's no requirement to play good weapons there. But yeah, luminary should always be melee weapons. If you're using longbow, it's just better to be a DH. And if you're using luminary, it's better to be melee. But you can still run whatever you want, obviously. Pokemon Black and White soundtrack. What was it? Definitely not that. It might be Wuthering Waves. I have never played any Pokemon game after Sapphire. The last one I played. I definitely don't go around listening to their music. Except the only Pokemon music that I listen to is the jazz, what are they called? Arrangements, I guess. Jazz arrangements by that one guy, Insane in the Rain music. That's the only Pokemon music I listen to. Being inside Test of Faith does not damage. Yeah, exactly. Being inside it doesn't do damage to you. Only passing through it. So if you're in it and you go out without dodging, you take damage. If you're out of it and you go in it without dodging, then you take damage. It's simply testing your faith, right? Like there's an RP to that. It's like your faith of like, are you an innie or are you an outie? This became what is that one thing? Divergence. What is that one show called? Severance. This became a Severance reference. Are you an innie? Are you an outie? Are you both? If you're both, then you gotta be dodging. You ain't dodging. Oh, and by the way, if you run DH without longbow, that's like full YOLO. Because you don't really have any follow-up if you miss your burst. Because DH is a burst class. It's all about burst. And DH is also a guardian, and all guardians are strong against they're strong against Condis. Guardians are always strong against Condi builds, because they have things like Contemplation of Purity, which removes all Condis from you. They have their F2 skill is always going to be a self-Condi cleanse. And you can trait also even more Condi cleanse for your allies and yourself. So my F2 cleanses 5 Condis. This cleanses all Condis. And I have Permanent Resolution, right? Which makes Condi damage do 33% less to me, right? So Condis are pretty bad against Guardians in general. But you can still kill a Guardian with Condis if they run out of Condi cleanse. But like earlier, there was that one Condi thief attacking me, and he just didn't get the kill. Might be Lahai Roy soundtrack. There are definitely songs from that soundtrack on the list, so it might have been that, yeah. And also, okay, so here's another mechanic that Guardians have, Aegis. Aegis blocks 1 attack. 1 attack. So if you're like a thief and you use, well, thieves don't really have issues with Aegis if they steal it, right? But if you're a thief and you're like, okay, I need to land my Cloak and Dagger to get stealth. Like, well, how am I going to land Cloak and Dagger? It's 1 attack. I have to break through his Aegis, and then I have to hit the Cloak and Dagger. Well, what you want to do is some kind of like low investment range attack that's just really quick. So you'd use the dagger 4, right? The dancing dagger. And that would break the Aegis, and then you can cloak and dagger, right? Did you open with sword shield or longbow? Depends. Really just depends. There's so many options on what you can do as a DH. Longbow is generally safer, and sword shield is more all in, right? Because you're going for the sword port in. What you could also do is you could true shot at the start and swap before it hits. And then you're not in combat. Look, I just got my true shot off. I'm not even in combat. And I can swap to the sword shield before I get in combat. That's the absolute giga play right there, is get a free true shot off at the start of a fight. Because you can weapon swap before it lands and not get in combat and not get the cooldown of the weapon swap. Alright, so Aegis is countered by quick attacks and like multi-hitting attacks. Guardians don't have a lot of like durational blocks. They have a lot of like singular blocks. So they kind of don't scale that well into larger fights of being focused, right? Like if they're outnumbered and their team isn't there to help them, the Aegis does nothing, right? Because they're getting hit by multiple people. So it's almost like it's hard mitigation, but small scale hard mitigation. Kind of like how we talked about that on Necromancer. It doesn't scale up well when it's being focused because it doesn't have hard mitigation. It has soft mitigation. Guardian has hard mitigation, but not scaling hard mitigation. That makes sense, because the Aegis only blocks one attack. So in a 1v1, the Aegis goes further, but in a 1v5, the Aegis doesn't go anywhere. But they do have the F3, which is a durational block on Dragon Honor. They do have Shelter sometimes. I would never take that on any of the current meta builds, but some people do use Shelter, and that's a 2-second block. They have Renewed Focus, which I should have been using this entire time, which is a 3-second invulnerability. When you see them go invulnerable like that, they have all of their virtues back. So remember that you can see their virtues are off cooldown by looking at their buff bar, and you know that they're going to have their virtues when they use Renewed Focus. So if I'm a DH and I miss my F1, and then you see me Renewed Focus, I'm going to F1 again. Where's my movement speed, man? I forgot to put on movement speed. Yeah, so steel counters Aegis because the Bountiful Theft trait basically steals the Aegis before their steel hits. And that's like one of the only things in game that works like that. Okay, this guy is a Willbender, so he is a free target here. He has a lot of stability though, so I'm just gonna immediately go into Longbow. Longbow is great when they're in stability because, oh, look at this. So I did the combo wrong there. Because I didn't precast it. I casted the other thing first. I have no cooldowns. They're really low. I'm just waiting for my cooldown to go back in here. There's an amalgam here. I'm going to put my trap down. I can't pull him. And by the way, this recharges the second portion of the F1. So if they pull and then they use their elite, they can pull again. Knit Tibbler. Wait. What did I just say, bro? Did bro just bait me to say a cringe name? Ain't no way. You got me. Alright, so we can pull him. Okay, I'm gonna cancel my longbow 2 here because I don't want it to go on a cooldown. I'm gonna pull him into my trap if I can. Oh, so look at that. He went to line of sight, and so I pulled him into a wall instead of into other thing. Valid path. Guy's on me, but I have my elite still. It's a scrapper. Oh, I'm just getting blasted by the flamethrower. I don't know if I needed to use that body cleanse there, but got a core ranger on me. He's way out of position. I'm gonna keep my distance. Just auto attack. Wait for my next combo. Just auto attack with longbow. Wait for my next combo. Look at the 5 skill. It's coming off. He moves out of range though. Look, and he's behind the pillar there. So the terrain makes it really hard for me to do these combos. But the terrain is also really good for my traps. So you never know. He moves through it. So he takes 4k damage. He rallies. He uses it. Oh, so he used Defiant Stance, so don't do damage to him like this guy's doing to him. We haven't done the warrior video yet, but that's relevant to that. Knock him through it. He dodges through it. I'm gonna put this down. But like if I just throw my longbow 5 down like this, and that's not a bad idea sometimes. But now I can't do my combos anymore. And when you see them using their like big combo skills and not using it with the F1, then they use their F1 after. Their F1 isn't scary anymore. It's like, what can I do? I have it on him, but can't do anything about it. Right? Same thing if I just use Test of Faith there. Can't do anything about it. Okay, he's got his elite up, or his thing up. I think Berserker's pretty good against Dragon Hunter, by the way. I'm just going to CC lock him because I have another teammate here. I don't crit because I didn't have resolution. He headbutts me, I'm so done. So Berserker is really good against power builds because he just kind of just doesn't die to burst damage with mitigation. So I should not be focusing this guy. He gets stuck in the thing. Look, he stun broke, but he did it improperly. He used his stun break there, and he used it like he used it after he was already stunned for like a second duration or so. So he couldn't get out of the ring. If he instantly stun broke, then he would have gotten out of it, but he didn't. Or maybe he didn't dodge as well. I think you need to dodge. Okay. Is this guy... He dodged, so I'm going to land my F1. He used another dodge. 2 evades. Okay. I don't need to go in. He's on the node now. Projectile block. Build 4. Knock him back so I can land my F1 guaranteed. Put the traps on the node. He dodges out, so I pull him in. Push him out. Longbow 2, he has an evade again. I'm gonna wait though because I can use my... Okay, he just leaves because he's scared. Low. You can see that combo there. He didn't have stability. He used a lot of his cooldowns already. And so he just backed off because I landed my burst on him. And that was because I let all of my cooldowns kind of like stack on top of each other instead of just spamming my skills back to back like a Willbender or a Luminary would do. We put these down. He dodges out of the trap, so now I can pull him back in, push him back out, knock him so I can land my longbow 2. Okay, what's this over here? Kind of self-resing. Need to stop this. Put down the trap. Okay, don't stand in these spinny traps. Oh, wait. Hold on. Why? I left him with the other guy, and then the other guy just left him to die. Pro plays. Alright, so we count. There's no counter to warrior. That's what they would like you to believe. Or a lot of them would like you to believe that anything counters warrior. So I'm going to knock him off this. Or not. I just want to land my F1, otherwise there's no way I'm going to kill this guy, right? So he walks out, I pull him in, I push him out, and he's dead. But what he did there was he walked away while my Test of Faith is up and I have my pull up. I got the pull ready, so there's no reason for him to do that, right? Because he's just going to get pulled back in. So he needs to stay near me. Or he needs to get behind terrain. Running, like panicking when you get the tether on you is bad. Like, just sometimes it's just better to be near me. Because then I can't pull you through the Test of Faith. But I need to trigger the Test of Faith first, right? If I pull you in to trigger the Test of Faith, that doesn't do the damage. I need to trigger it by putting the Test of Faith on you after I have the F1 already on you. That makes sense. Because like if I just have it down and then I pull them into it, then it comes up, but then I don't have the pull anymore. A Necro Boon Corrupt could be blocked by Aegis. Yes, actually. Spinal Shivers can be blocked by Aegis. But there is a skill that Necros have. What is it called? There's like a skill that does like a 3 Boon Corrupt to a single target. I forget what that's called. What is that called? Is it Corrupt Boon? Is it literally just called Corrupt Boon or something like that? There's a Necro skill that corrupts like 3 boons on a single target. And then it does nothing else. But the reason why that would remove Aegis from a Guardian is because it doesn't have a strike damage portion on it. So it can't, I believe, can't be blocked. Let's put some symbols down. He's doing this. He kind of destroys me, doesn't he? I'm getting CC locked. That guy just wrecked me. Let me look at that Necro skill though. Oh, so it's just unblockable, that's why. That's why it's unblockable. So if something is unblockable and removes boons, then it bypasses the Aegis and then removes the Aegis, that's all. What's causing those huge rings? What huge rings? There's a couple of huge rings. There's a couple of them. So there's this one. Is that a huge ring? Is that a huge ring? Is that a huge ring? Which one are we talking about here? Is this a huge ring? Which one? But anyways, the bow 5 skill? No, it's not a trait. That's just if it hits. If the final hit hits. It is a 5-second duration ring if it hits. It doesn't say the duration of the animation though. It's a 1-second cast time, but after it's done casting, it still persists. But yeah. Anyways, should I go more DH? I think more DH. It's just fun to play, to be honest. I'll play some Firebrand actually after that. DH is like the class that has the most counterplay to it and requires the most counterplay to play against. So I'm just giving it more time as well. But like when I play Firebrand, it's gonna be like, okay, just kill them, bro. Just kill them. There's like no counterplay. There's 0 counterplay to Firebrand. Like, what do you even do? How do you prevent a Firebrand from doing its thing? It just kind of does it. The thing is though, it doing its thing, it takes a while. So if you just do your thing better than they do their thing, then you win. That's how you play around in Firebrand. It's like just do your thing faster than they do their thing. And because they've been nerfed, their thing doesn't happen that fast. No, I was not saying that Firebrand is a decent roamer. I don't know where you got that from. I said that there's no way to counterplay it. Just because there's no counterplay doesn't mean that it's effective. It might have zero counterplay, but no need to counterplay it. That's what it is. There is no need to counterplay a Firebrand. Just do your own thing, and you'll beat them. Do your thing unimpeded. Better than they do their thing. And if they do their thing better than you, then you messed up. But the thing is that Firebrand is team supportive. So you're not just fighting against a Firebrand, you're fighting against another thing that is doing their thing unimpeded as well. Because the Firebrand is letting them do their thing unimpeded. So that's the issue. It's support classes in general. It's just how do you play around supports? But if you guys want to see Firebrand, we can move on to that. On the Firebrand. Now, I like to play Hammer on Firebrand, but I'm just going to play a support build because I think, I think this is the only time you get to see support anyways, because I'm not going to play support Luminary. We want to spend a lot of time on like DPS Luminary builds, because those are what people struggle with, I think. Flock, oh wait, Flock Relic, not Flock Rune. It's Druid Rune. Transference on both, and energy on both. And then... oh wait, Firebrand. Autumn traits. Valor. Honor. Valor at mid, top, top. Or mid, mid, top. Okay, Mantra. Signet. Aegis. Do I really want Aegis here? I might want the cleansing instead. So this restores 8p. Oh wait, I need this as well. I have stability on this. It's 48-second cooldown. It's crazy. It's double the cooldown in PvP than it is in World v World. Why don't they just make it 48 in World v World too? Here's my... I mean, my conditioning cleansing isn't bad here, so maybe I don't need Mantra of Lore. Aegis would be better. I give Swiftness, but I give Swiftness on Staff. But blocking a single attack isn't bad. What does this do? Condi Cleanse 2. I guess it's just if I'm going against Condi classes, I'll use it. Good against Condi classes, but I just gotta watch. If it's not, I can actually use Sanctuary too. And this is just like a flex slot. Feeb Relic? Well, I don't need Feeb Relic because I have Staff. I'm saying I don't even need Advance for the Swiftness at all. Don't need it. I'm using Flock Relic, which I think is better. 2,000 healing every time I use the heal skill. Wow, that's pretty good. 10-second cooldown. But my Aegis does heal as well, not a lot, like 1k with all the healing modifiers. But what would be better than a 1k heal and blocking one attack? Let's see. I think you save yourselves. Cleanse all condies on my allies. This is, look at this skill, bro. That's crazy. Gives protection and regeneration. This skill was used back in core. Like support guardians actually use this skill back in core. It's crazy because you can get protection and regeneration now for free. They really need to rework that skill. I don't think anyone has ever used that in the last decade. Crazy. What's with this Q though? 7-minute Q? Go to EU at this point. Maybe, should I go to EU? EU. I'll go to EU. %, uptime. Yeah, 100% uptime on Prot is pretty good, isn't it? Except you're using an entire utility skill for nothing. The V word. Oh yeah, that's right. I made this character because a bunch of the like hater cringers were trying, because they always talk about me, right? The jealous people. So they started talking about me using the term the V word so that they don't say my name, because they realized that because I told them, they didn't realize this by themselves. They had to have me, because they listen to my stream all the time. They had to have me basically tell them, but like basically I would keep saying how like they always talk about me and they would just keep boosting the algorithm for me. And so they stopped using my full name, which is just Fallon. They started saying the V word because they don't want to boost the algorithm, because even if you say the name in like a Discord call or like a Twitch chat, that is boosting the algorithm in very indirect ways. So yeah, that's funny. And so my guardian's name is Valen, right? On my normal account, but on my alt account, it's the V word. That's hilarious. Is it worth hopping back in? I mean, you just described the reason for you to hop back in, so why not? Good. I'm gonna use an axe here. Axe shield. Axe shield. Ah. Oh, it's gonna be painful playing on EU with EU ping. This Firebrand is really spammy. It's gonna be painful, but I'll have to do it. I have ultra. So the thing. Oh, let's just talk about Firebrand while we're at it. So Firebrand is very high sustain for its allies, but it is very low burst prevention. It doesn't really prevent burst because it gives Aegis, it gives protection. It can give this buff, which is 300 toughness, but under pressure it doesn't do very well because it has long cast times, right? Those long cast times prevent it from reacting to like one shots. Like they're very good against anything else that is like sustained over time. They're good against conditions because they have the cleanse here. This cleanses 2 condies from their allies. They have that's 5 condies for 2 pages. They buffed this, bro. It's only 2 pages now. 5 Condi cleanse, bro. Holy. Yeah, so Condis are not good against Firebrands. Not that Condis are really good against any Guardian, except maybe Willbender. Maybe against Willbender they're good. Buy some unranked. Should I do 3v3 as Firebrand? It would be good. It would be good there, but I don't think it shows you how the matchups work. Avatar. Block. Druid. On my staff. On my field. I look so budget. A lot of people are talking about Guild Wars 3. So the reason why they're talking about Guild Wars 3 is because the next expansion hasn't been announced yet, and they did that for like the last 3. Where they announced that they're working on it, not that they have announced that it is there or whatever. They're just saying that they're working on it. They haven't said that for the next one, and we've been like 6 months into this one. So people think that Guild Wars 3 is next. I think that that is a massive cope if I have ever heard one. Like when you listen to people making these like cope assertions year after year, you just kind of stop falling for them after a while. Like, oh dude, like this is like confirming all this. It's like, no, you're not confirming it. You're conjecturing it. You're just thinking, and yeah, that's possible, but it's only a possibility. Do we have staff here? This is good, because we can show how axe works, I guess, a little bit. The axe pull, the staff 5. People can't jump through that. They can't walk through that because it's terrain. Guardians have a lot of terrain. Gonna try to burst me. He's run out of burst. Oh, he's got the boys. A DH just misses his pull. Let me give myself another Aegis. Just go up and down terrain real quick. Y'all ain't gonna kill me. Look, and so after this, these guys are gonna run me down every single time in this match because I've disrespected their ability to do damage. I'm basically saying y'all don't do fucking damage. So now they're gonna ego me. Watch, they're gonna ego me this match and they're gonna run at me. What I'm saying right now is y'all can't do shit to me. We can actually stun break with that. Oh yeah, so they have extra stun breaks. Look, that guy just died straight up. Oh, but there's a Willbender there. Look at this, bro. Look at this. I'm just too good at kiting. Okay. Well, we have a core warrior and we have a luminary and a ritualist, so this is pretty good comp. The Scourge is gonna win, or he's gonna goose. Bro is probably gonna goose. I'm gonna stand on the node. Abilities out at the start. Look at this. Look at this. I'm watching my ritualist. I'm gonna give him prot. He gets the kill already. I'm just standing on node because I am not needed for these kills. Go to home now. Give Aegis to our ally. Actually, okay. Go support my warrior at home. He's in rampage, so he's chilling. He's chilling. We got the decap, so that's not good. I'm gonna give my allies toughness. This guy's in spear, so I'm gonna use that. Heal him. Cleanse. Aegis. Do big damage here. Let's get our stability out. I don't want to get out because I have low cooldowns. I'm using my elite here, but this is kind of a bad use of that. I just want to get my stuff back as soon as possible. Knock him off. We're getting spammed with tons of damage here. I'm gonna heal. Pass my thing again. He's gonna knock me through here. Okay, so if you're not gonna take the fight on the node, then I have to leave you. What's the solution? I'm gonna CC spam this guy. I do a lot of damage with that, by the way. A lot of burning. Heal. Put this on the node so that they can't run through it. I have to use this last charge. We get the down on their will bender. He's gonna try to hold the node, but he can't. So we get the decap. I'm gonna leave. Or am I gonna cap? He's chasing me. If he comes this way, I'm gonna knock him back. Get the decap, and I'm gonna give myself swiftness. If I use all of my cooldowns there, I was basically out. Put this down here just in case he needs that. I need to get back to my team because the goose is being goosed. This guy, actually, this guy wants to make a 2v2, which I love to see because I win these. I win these every time. Yo, fight with me. Why are you running? What are you running to, brother? Get on the fucking node. I am a fucking firebrand. Get over here. Oh, what the hell, man? Now I have to get off the node because you left me on the node for like an hour. And you let them decap as well. You are not a duelist. You are a bot, brother. You are not my teammate. You are an agent of the enemy team, brother. They're even running down me instead of you. When this guy's a pure duelist and he's running me down. What the hell is this? Their entire team is just running me down. What the hell, bro? They don't know how to do damage? Let's pull this guy into this. He's gonna use all of his cooldowns on me again. Let's put this here so he can't hit me with projectiles. Knock this willbender into the tree, into the wall. I don't know why I called that. I don't know why I called that a tree, to be honest. I don't know why I did that. It's a concrete forest is what it is. Alright, we got the... I'm not going to call it the wrong thing. Okay. Pull this guy off node so he can't full cap it. Get a little bit of decap progress. My teammate is pushing in, so this is a fine situation for me to be in. I don't agree with him being up there, though. Like, he could have just one-shotted this guy during my CC combos, but he decided not to. Because he wanted to auto-attack on Scepter from up top. And then he's just gonna not, like, cap or whatever. Like, what are you doing? I need my teammates to be playing their roles here. Right, actually, I want to play around this ritualist because I think he plays his job pretty well here. Put this down. We got the knock. Help our ritualist survive. Let's use our skills. He's fine. He's fine. He's got a lot of barriers, so I'm gonna stack might so that we can get our damage. Wait. Pull him in. I got CC'd again. Knock him back. Oh, he got feared. He got feared out of my thing, but he's dead now. Okay, let's do this. He ports away from me, even though I'm supporting him. Okay, we got the kill, though. We don't have sides, because we don't have a duelist. We have a warrior who's afraid to play with his support. Give might to our allies here so he can get this kill. Pull him after he does the jump. No, we're fine. Let's use my stability here. We're losing all the nodes. Not my job. Not my job. Not my lane. Not my problem. Keep this ritualist alive because he's getting kills at least. My job to keep this ritualist alive. Okay, I got massively bursted here. I'm gonna kite a little bit. Keep the boys alive though, because I have plenty of. Wow, playing Firebrand in PvP is insane. I am playing so conservatively because I'm used to World v World. But you have way more pages in PvP. Go for this guy. I can stun break with this. Dude, this is so good. This is so good, bro. This is so good. We CC him. Get my stuff out. This guy needs healing, but wait, he doesn't need healing. He needs to go stand on a node is what he needs to do. Knock this guy back. Pull him in. Taunt him. Oh, my taunt's on cooldown, but he got feared anyways. Give the boy some venoms. He gets knocked. He has a lot of burn. Look at that burn on him. Some of that is from me. The Ritualist is doing God's work, getting these kills, but we just don't have anyone capping points even though we're getting all these kills. The Goose guy is going for it. It's good. We left it down over here. Is he self-resing? No. Okay, so we need to go help home, actually, but I would like to maybe play with our mid node instead, because he might get killed. I'm gonna pull this guy and just CC spam him, because I'm preventing him from doing whatever he's gonna do. Good enough. And also, if I tank him 1v1, also pretty good. Use a lot of his cooldowns on me, although he's not using it on my Surge here. He's got a lot of condies on him. He's gonna need to cleanse. Uses his cleanse. Right, I'm gonna stand on the node. They're going for my Scourge here. They're kind of going for me, actually. He goes and kites. Perfect. That's the time you want to kite. I'm gonna block these projectiles. Heal him with the end of it. Give myself toughness, because I think there's gonna be some big damage. I'm gonna block projectiles as well. Resist for my boys. Pull them in. And I'm going to do a big CC combo here. I need to protect myself while I'm doing this so I don't get interrupted. Huge damage going out by me. I can go invulnerable if I want to, but I don't need to. Wait, why is Firebrand so good? Bro, it has so many options. It's just kind of hard to play, I guess. I literally have so much utility there. What the hell? And damage, too. I did damage with the sharing of the venom. So I guess that's something that maybe you need to watch out for on the Firebrand. When you see this, Ashes of the Just, you can dodge those and they'll go away because a venom can be dodged, right? So like they'll just take tons of burning damage because I'm sharing that to my allies. So if, for example, if 5 players are hitting one target and I share that venom to all my allies, is what this does, is shares the venom, then they're all gonna do 3 hits of that venom. One target. It doesn't matter how long the duration of that burn is. If you get 5 times 3, 15 stacks of burning on you, die. Oh, I interrupted it, maybe? I don't think so. Healing my boy, but there's also this guy on me. Can I dodge this? Knock him away. I get blinded. You see him? Myself this. Aegis. He's chasing me, so he's not capping, but my Necro's behind me. I'm gonna reconvene with my Necro. Necro's on me, actually. On me. Wait, I'm actually cracked at Firebrand, man. Actually, this is just me being good at support, I think. Alright, I need to cleanse and heal. Is he gonna go for the res? Let's see. If he goes for the res, then I will cleave, but if he doesn't, I pull him. Oh, he's got his block. Should cancel that earlier. Wait for the stability. I'm gonna knock him back. Actually, there's another down here. Giving Venom to my boy. Giving him Aegis, giving him stability. I'm gonna get the CC here. Big CC. Taunt as well. He blocked it though. But that's an attack that my Necro doesn't get blocked. I knock him away from the kiting spot. Huge. Look at that momentum, bro. Me and this Ritualist are doing God's work, getting momentum on this map. Right? Heal the Ritualist. They're going for me. I'm just going to use my heal combo. They pull me. I'm not really in any big danger because there's just one Guardian on me. They're not focusing me. See these smaller fights? They can't kill me in these smaller fights. They need overwhelming like power to get through the support. So me and this DPS is like a DPS support comp, right? So DPS plus support, you don't want to 2v2 that because that's the best 2v2 comp is DPS support. So they should be fighting in bigger fights, or I don't know, they don't have a support, so they're just kind of cooked. Honestly, no support comp is just cooked. Give our guy some stability here. And they could also CC spam me. Let's put the reflect down, cleanse myself. They can't hit through the reflect bubble. Just so much utility on this class. Alright, we're 2v3 now. Put the ring down. He needs healing up there. I'm gonna stand on the node. Actually, I need to CC this. I'm gonna do my big damage combo. Look at the burning damage. I do a 1.5k tick, 2k tick, 2k tick on a support build. This is an avatar amulet build, by the way. Maybe I should be running Sage. I think I should be running Sage. Sage amulet would be popping off, bro. Okay, so I did 50% of the team's healing. I did 10% of the damage, 90% or whatever, 9%. And I kept my boys alive and I contributed to 17 kills. Bro, Firebrand is busted. So how do you counter it? Well, you saw in that fight, there were times where I was in danger, where I was getting CC'd. This is a 48-second cooldown in PvP. When you see them do this, you'll see 5 stacks of stability. When you see that 5 stacks of stability, you know they've used their biggest stability cooldown. They also will use this, which is stability. That is a decently long cooldown and it costs pages. And then they also have maybe have another stun break. But like they only have 1 stun break and 2 stability sources generally. They might have more with like the elite skill, but then they're even easier to burst, right, if they don't have their elite skill. So once you see them use this, you want to spam CC on them. In PvP, at least. In World vs. World, they're going to have usually like 3 stability sources. They'll even go Virtues for more stability. But, yeah, they're easy to focus by themselves. You could see, like, I was easy to focus. You know what? We'll just do another. Why not? Only 2? I mean, yeah, only 2. I'd like to see a losing match, though. I'd like to see a losing match, because that was a crazy, unwinnable match at first, where my teammates did not rotate, but we just kind of, as a support, we just kind of rotated correctly, instead of trying to plus... I was trying to plus one my duelist, which isn't a bad idea all the time, but when my duelist isn't playing his role, he's not fighting for the capture point, he's not trying to pressure his 1v1s, he's not trying to help me on the node, I don't want to play around that guy anymore, so And then I saw the Ritualist did like mega damage at the very beginning of the match, right? So I was like, okay, this guy probably knows what he's doing. So I just play around him. The win condition is like playing around your players that are going to get stuff done. If my duelist is not going to play his role, it doesn't really matter if I help him or not. He's not going to do anything anyways, right? So I just want to play around the DPS, which is generally what I should do anyways. Let's hope that I was not muted during that entire thing. Every game is support warrior, Lumi Hollow. I mean... Why do people play support Paragon, though? Why is that so good? Is it just tanky? I think it's just tanky. Yeah, it's just tanky. Because Paragon gives, when they have the motivation high, they have like damage reduction on strike damage. They have 3 stun breaks always because they have, well, no, they have 2. They have a stun break baseline in their class. I mean, I guess Firebrand has a baseline stun break too. Costs 1 page to do it, so actually it's not bad. Does Arena also have offensive and defensive support? Yeah, there are more offensive supports and there are more defensive supports, but usually people only run defensive supports. It's kind of crazy because in Guild Wars 2, you have the most flexibility to play these like hybrid roles, whereas in like World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy, they're all just designed to be healers, and they only heal and they do a little bit of damage here and there, like they DPS in the middle of their healing, right? But like their healers are just pure healers and that's it. But in Guild Wars 2, they take that flexibility and they just go as bunker as possible. It's like you could be more useful in a lot of these situations and still provide all the healing you need, but they just don't because they, I don't know, they lack creativity. It's weird. Like in the game that promotes this the most, they do the exact opposite. Okay, so this is the same warrior on my team. Good luck. So we have an amalgam. Amalgams do good damage usually, so maybe I'll play around that. They have 2 hollows and a support warrior. What do you know? This is going to be a rough match. They have 3 hard DPS, like the 3 things that counter me basically. Like hard DPS that can just stay on top of you. And Reaper is definitely one of the bigger counters to Firebrand because the Aegis is irrelevant against them. This is gonna be the match where we show how to play around Firebrand. This is gonna be it. Did I give up cat girls for hybrid roles? No, I probably wouldn't. I think that game is fine how it is. At least in terms of those specific things. Let's throw this down, see if I get in combat. I do get in combat, so they're rushing towards us. I put the wall down, but we have stealth. I'm gonna stability immediately. He has to stun break anyways, though. Let's do some cleansing while I have my stability out, and then I will do the second stability. We're outnumbered currently. I'm gonna daze these guys, or taunt these guys. Aegis, here's the Reaper on me now. I knock him back, but he blinds me, so this is bad. I have to stun break this. I get stunned again. After I stun broke. Have to be careful here. If I can get killed. I can do my signet on this guy. Signet works. Next guy dies. Let me do some damage here. Pull them all in. That's a huge damage burst. They all had to stun break that. But we don't have any more revival capability here. So what I'm going to do is die, probably. Probably going to die. Go up and down terrain. Just go up and down terrain. Up and down. Go up and down. That's all I can do. I'm literally just dead against this Reaper who's just standing on me for an hour. Because my teammates died first. But I cannot expect them to be better than the enemy team every game. And now that they've killed me, they're going to kill my allies. This thief is not really thinking, I guess. Oh, I guess there's more here. Yeah, there's more here. We need to start playing for objectives, guys, though. Objectives here. Objectives, guys. Objectives. Objectives. Like I'm decapping for some reason instead of my thief. I want this guy away from our safe spot. We just want a team fight, I guess. So let's pull them in. Some weakness. Stability out. Pull them away from this guy. Heal him, ages him, ages him. Cleanse him. He's standing still, so I can't really do much against that. Maybe I can do this and run out of energy. Knock him away from him. Not much I can do here. My ally just doesn't have any disengage. Now I'm dead. But they were actually going to fall too. If I made that jump because I wasn't permanently crippled, I would have been able to survive there. This gives my warrior enough time to win his 1v1 actually, so this is not terrible, but it's not going to end well because I realize that our thief is not really playing thief role. He's just kind of like 1v1ing people and roaming. He's just playing a roamer. When I say roamer, I don't mean like roamer. I mean like World v World roamer. Let's put this in front of them. They get knocked by this wall and they're dead. Huge wall there. You see that? Huge. Alright guys, can we play objectives? Okay, I just baited out one of his biggest cooldowns. Y'all remember the what was that one shot? The thief just one-shotted? You're gonna cap that, brother. You are the warrior. You see though, I baited out that ranger's Doliac stance, and then he got one-shotted afterwards. Because I CC'd. Okay, he's capping. Nice. Now I gotta go help whoever's at far. Is that my hollow or my amalgam? Oh, no wonder he couldn't kite. He's an amalgam. He's 1v2 though. He's now kiting. He's kiting in weird ways that I can't help him. Kiting in 2 different directions. Okay, so projectile block. Put this here. To run through this every time, so he has to use his stability to attack me, which means that he can be potentially... they're going on different targets, which is such a bad plan. You need to focus one. Now they're on me, though, instead of him. I got the CC, or the res, but he's just going to stand on the node again. So this guy who's like role-playing as Naruto is just not... He's not going to give me the results that I want, so I think I'm going to stop playing around him. He's just like, I'll be Hokage, I can win this. Okay, I should have CC'd that maybe, yeah. Just CC'd that instead. Let's do this. I need to get my mantra. Let's give the venom out. They come near me, then they take a lot of burning damage, which is nice. The stability, my soul beast is just dead. We're gonna kite now. Perfect, perfect. This guy is kiting. They're all on me. So go up and down terrain. Go up and down terrain. They dodge his stun there. I get feared. They're still on me, by the way. They're still just all on me. There's no like peel from my team. So you guys are seeing, this is how Firebrand dies. The entire enemy team just trains you. I can survive a long time, but this is not my fault for losing the game. This is their fault for winning the game. It is my teammates' fault for losing the game as well, because they don't train the support. They don't survive when they're getting trained. And even though I'm giving them plenty of time by surviving outnumbered and by supporting them and getting these reses and stuff like that, they're just not playing the more broken, like, you know, let's just be honest. These guys are all playing the brain dead, like, I just run at you classes. And they're doing it better. They do it better. This guy's like longbow auto attacking while backpedaling, you know? It's like, that's the diff here. Now their support warrior is going to chase me. I just go up and down terrain. And now 3 of them are chasing me. And they're going to go run towards a node that they already own. Meanwhile, my team could be capping the entire map. Because it was a 2v3 already before this. I'm getting hard gapped right now. I'm getting hard gapped. Let's put this down. Okay, they're now coming for me again. Completely fine. Uses his, what was that? These guys are not able to use terrain, I guess. Thief? Yeah, it's a thief, okay. Use my last thing here. Dodge the hollow beam. Give Aegis. Pull them through the wall. Knocks, though. Knocks us back into the CC pull. Into my big burn combo. But he has support, so this is not doable. I have a thief. Thief is 0 damage. I have an AFK on the wall. Okay, so we should be basically capping the entire nodes, but yeah, you can see, like, I can counterplay this, it's just I don't have a team. But they are doing what they need to do as well to counter me. Actually, let me just let the match end. I think we've shown all we need to show on Firebrand. We show where it's good, we show where it's bad. It was very good in that last match, right? Where they weren't all training me and having, like, a better team composition in general. And then in this one, we show how it gets outnumbered very fast. Dies when there's just the big, you know... they can't jump puzzle, though. They don't know how to jumping puzzle, so I just keep surviving. Whereas this guy, you know, he's like basic jumping puzzles. He's actually jumping puzzling now, though. He wasn't doing that before, so I respect that he's getting better now. He's improving. Knock this guy away from my ally. He uses his stun break. See how he uses his stun break to be aggressive? If my teammates punish that, that would be huge. That would be massive. But, nah. You can also res him if he goes down. He needs to go down in a place where I can see him now. Come on, go down. Go down. They put the reflect up because they're just annoying as hell with their permanent chase. Like, look at this. They're literally just, like, sitting on top of us and not taking any AoE pressure. The absolute run you down playstyle. That's basically PvP in a nutshell now. There's not really much to do about, he just can't use jumping puzzles. He literally, he's immune to jumping puzzles, bro. He's allergic to them, sorry. That's the opposite. He's allergic to them. I did a lot of healing too. A lot of healing there. Would Core Guardian do better in this match? Core Guardian would literally get dumpstered in this match. Core Guardian is the worst support you could ever play. It is garbage. Firebrand and Luminary are the only good supports. Core is like if you're too poor to buy the expansions, pretty much. Like, you should never ever play Core support. The only reason people played Core support is because it's easier. And they thought that they were doing well because what they were doing is they had a bunch of like non-support players playing Core Guardian because they just were not good at support, and so Core Guardian support is just like the best thing for them. But if you saw good support players like Chunsu, I don't think Chunsu really played Core Guardian much. He would always play Firebrand. It's like you're putting your massively like good players on like the brainless class, right? You just don't do that. You don't do that, man. You can like put a DPS player on Core Guardian support and that'll work, right? It's just easier. But like Firebrand has so much to it that you have to be kind of good at support to be able to play it while also doing the role. And Luminary is a little bit easier, so yeah, you can probably, it's probably the similar case in that scenario, right? Like Lumi support is very easy to play. Firebrand is not easy to play. It's got a lot of things and decisions, but honestly, it's pretty powerful right now. Win or goose? Is this guild again? Guess we're gonna goose. All right, so that's it for Firebrand. I mean, that was those were really good matches to showcase Firebrand's strengths and weaknesses, right? Let's see here. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to do Willbender now. Vector support? I mean, go check out, type ! build and you see the Spectre support build for PvP. You can see the build list for PvP has Spectre support there, so that's all the info you need. Let's try a Willbender build though. Willbender virtues. Want to fight the Dodge Berserker again versus your Condi Reaper? Wait, you're him? Nah, I don't want to do that. You got me, bro. You got me. Let's see here. I want to play some Willbender though. The Willbender build, I think, uses Valkyrie. Isn't it? Valkyrie, maybe? Yeah. We have Spear here. Do I have Janther Wilds on this account? I'm pretty sure. Sword. Now you can run Hammer, you can run Greatsword, but we kind of already showed Greatsword, right? We showed Greatsword. We're going to show Hammer on Luminary. We'll show Spear on Willbender. My Spear. Harpoon. Harpoon. We need 2 swords, actually. Sword. Sword. With my second sword. The helly? Did I not have a sword already? Yes, I did. Okay, we're going with Valkyrie? Infiltration. And Brawler. Better. None of it is, but might need Mistburn. I think it used to use Mistburn, but then I changed it because might have changed it because they nerfed Mistburn, or no, they nerfed this trait. So it's only every 3 seconds that you get Might. You don't get as much value from the Mistburn. But Mistburn was giving how much crit chance in PvP? It was giving 5. Yeah, so it's nice. You want some extra crit chance when you're using Valkyrie, but what about Scoundrel? Scoundrel gives critical hit chance after inflicting blind or weakness. Actually, isn't that pretty good? 10% crit chance. And I give weakness on... Yeah, I give a lot of weakness and I give a lot of blind, don't I? That's it. That new relic, eh? Sword focus feels better? Bro. Don't hit me with that vegan shit, okay? Do not ever say that vegan shit again. If you play sword focus on Willbender, that is the most vegan shit ever. If you don't run sword, then you are doing zilch DPS. Because you have 0 CC. The sword 5 literally makes everything else land. Alright, let's go for stability. You need this. You need this for sure. The F3 isn't a stun break already. This is nice, but you can go for 10% more damage. Go for all the bottom ones. Middle, bottom, middle? Well, we can go for the vitality for 2k extra health. Almost 2k. We can go for the power. I think we have enough vitality already because we're Valkyrie. So I have 15% crit chance baseline, but when I have Fury and Resolution, I have 85% crit chance because of the Scoundrel relic as well. And then when I'm hitting burning enemies, it's another 10% crit chance. So that's 95% crit chance. Pretty good. I like that. Take that. What's the most versatile class in terms of the weapons that they can use? You said viable weapon. So not warrior then. Warrior technically has the most weapon options, but not the most viable weapon option. Although it's getting better. It's always getting better. Technically every weapon has a use, right? Like you can use every warrior weapon on a build. Right? Is there any weapon that isn't used? Mace main hand is used, torch offhand is used, pistol offhand is used, longbow is used, spear is used, greatsword hammer are used, warhorn is a support, right staff is support. I mean, they're all used. I feel like Necro has more viable weapons because there are more builds that can use multiple weapons on it. Like for example, the warrior builds that I'm mentioning with these weapons, those are only weapons on those builds. But with Necromancer, it's like, well, you can use these 7 different weapons on this one build because all these weapons are good. I'd say the Necro weapons are the most versatile. Shortbow is not used. True. Shortbow is not used on Warrior because you cannot use Shortbow on Warrior. I think you thought I was asking a different question. I thought I was asking, are they possible to you? But he means, is it viable to you? Already existing weapons. Alright, so are we playing Willbender here or what? I need to have the right things on. I need to have whirling. So I don't use JI. I use Flash Con. And then contemplation. What about... Yeah, no contemplation. And the Signet Heal. So Willbender. Willbender is quite a difficult class to play around for new players because they just get one-shotted. What's the most versatile weapon on Necro? That's an entirely different question. Staff. Staff is used on most builds on Necro, but for a different reason than that. Is because it's good for power, it's good for utility, it's good for support, it's good for Condi, it's just good for everything. Alright, staff is ranged though? I mean, how does that mean that it's not versatile? Can't ranged weapons be used in melee? What is that argument? Alright, so Willbender. Willbender is always going to open on you like this. They're going to use Sword 2. They're going to F1 on you. You want to dodge the F1, so they'll like try to like do this uppercut punch. You don't want to get hit by that because that does a lot of damage. I'll show you the uppercut. They'll like charge towards you and then uppercut. You don't want to get hit by that. You also don't want to get hit by the Sword 5, which they'll like wind up their sword on the like behind them and then they'll like whip it around and then that immobilizes. You don't want to get hit by that either. And then if they immobilize you, if you don't dodge that, or if you use too many of your dodges to avoid that, then they're gonna swap into their spear and they're just gonna do a buttload of damage. And they can even knock you down with this. And then there's gonna be like this pulsing AoE on you. So you do not want to get hit by that either. But yeah, I said staff, by the way. I feel like Rangers weapons are more solid. They have some good weapons, but they also have some bad weapons. Like look at Dagger, like those are kind of okay. Longbow, longbow and spear and maces and then sword worn I think are like the good ranger weapons. It's definitely comparable, but I think Necro is still better. You're definitely close. Anyways, the Guardian combos here. You heard everything except the weapon name is Staff. Huh. My bad. Staff. There we go. Make sure that that's heard. Alright, let's see here. So Willbenders can also, a lot of them will run Judge's Intervention and they'll like instantly port on you and hit their like Spear 5 like this. If they knock you down like that, you have to instantly stun break that and then you need to dodge out. Willbenders have only one stun. There is 0 stuns on their class. There's only one stun. It's either the Spear 5 or like the Greatsword 5 or like the Hammer, which has multiple stuns, right? So you never need to waste your stun breaks except for that one stun. And this is why it's kind of hard for Willbenders to land their damage, because if you're just intelligent and understand, oh, I'm never going to get stunned against them if I just never waste my stun break. So a lot of times they'll just not use their stuns because they just do nothing. But at the same time, since they don't have many stuns, they need to play around not needing stuns anyways, right? And so they just bait out your dodges by needing you to dodge more things, right? So you need to dodge this thing, which gives you burning and weakness and just does a lot of damage. The Whirling Light, which is a 15-second cooldown, really low cooldown. You need to dodge, obviously, to get out of this thing because it's such a wide radius. You need to dodge the F1. You need to dodge when they're using their Sword 3 because it's range damage and you can't really outposition it. You need to dodge their Immobilize or you're going to get killed by everything else that they hit you afterwards. So Playing around Willbender is not really about they're having stuns that are going to kill you, because you don't really have issues with the stuns. You have issues with dodges. You need to dodge a lot of different things. And if you waste your dodges, you're just dead. You have to dodge the things that do damage, not the things that look like they do damage. Right? So, what are the most important things to dodge? Obviously, the Sword 5 is the most important. Obviously, the Whirling Light, because you don't want to get weakness on you. And obviously, whatever their main weapon's burst is. So, like, if it's Spear, then it's like 3, 5, 4, 2, or whatever. It's like a bunch of skills used at the same time with Spear. And if you just dodge those, that's a good start. If you don't have a lot of dodges. But after that, you know, you can start dodging things like the Sword 3. The Sword 4 also does good damage, but you can avoid the Sword 4 through positioning, generally, because it doesn't give them any movement. And it has a very short range on it. So this is pretty easy to avoid. But it does do a lot of damage. And then your flash combo can do damage. Might want to dodge that. Yeah, it does a decent amount of damage, but it's kind of hard to land. It's easier to avoid this through positioning, because they have to kind of aim it when they use it. Like, they have to face towards you, and if you move in weird directions, they kind of just can't land that very easily. So if they flash on you with flash combo, but honestly, it's kind of hard to see that they're doing that. And if they port on you, you're probably going to want to dodge anyways, so you're probably just going to dodge this. And they can port back to that location, by the way, if that wasn't already mentioned. And other than that, I mean, that's pretty much Willbender in a nutshell. Oh, I forgot their most important skill. The F3. When they use this and you see them like do their palm smack on the ground after teleport, do not ever try to trade damage with them during that. They have stability, they have protection, they have resistance, and they will, whenever they hit you, they will gain Aegis. They'll gain Aegis when they use it, and they'll gain it when they hit you as well. So they just win every trade, because you can't condition them to like put weakness on them and like make them do no damage. They have resistance. You can't really do more damage than them, because if you're trading with them, then they're just getting Aegis back. And when they hit you more, they're just getting more of that, right? So if you just avoid them, they're not getting that value. And you need to avoid them anyways, because they're gonna probably do their burst on you. That is a Valor trait that gives them the healing. Or what did you mean? You mean this heal skill? The Litany of Wrath on F3? That's a Valor thing. Another thing is, Willbenders have this trait called Tyrant's Momentum. They gain 5% more damage per stack every time they get a stack of Lethal Tempo, or whatever this is. Yeah, Lethal Tempo. They gain Lethal Tempo when they use their virtues. And whenever they hit things, like 5 times? They need to like hit 5 times, which they can easily do because they have really quick attacks. They'll get another stack of Lethal Tempo, and they can get up to 25% more damage because of that. Now, this lasts for how many seconds? Let's see. Lethal Tempo lasts for like 3 seconds. So basically, if you just kite them and don't get hit for like 3 seconds, and they don't use a virtue for 3 seconds, their stacks reset. So kiting Willbenders is extremely good, and this is why so many people complain about Willbenders, because no one in this game likes to kite. And so they just like trade with the Willbender straight up, and they always have like full stacks of Lethal Tempo, and then they just get one-shotted by the 25% damage modifier. But when they use like all their virtues in a row, just back off, kite, use your cooldowns, you should be fine. But like this, I'm going to immediately do my combo here. They're going to trade with me. They're a willbender too, so to be honest, they're just getting gapped, bro. They're just getting gapped. They just did not press their F3 there. The F3 is the I win button, basically, because I can't really be pressured. I also do mega damage. Bro just did not press his I win button. That is heal skill? No. This guy's kiting. He's using his dodges. I'm keeping up my lethal tempo in between. I'm gonna see one more dodge. Nope, he's using an evade frame. Oh, but he gets hit, but he doesn't get mobbed. Yeah, I'm waiting. So my lethal tempo is down because he's just kiting. Going up here. I have a little bit of lag because I'm on EU, so I don't really hit this guy too fast here, but he's just running. Okay, I'm going to keep up my lethal. Use the F3 here. Do my spear burst. Leave both because I can. And look, I've just got 5 stacks of lethal tempo. Why? Because I can. That's why. And I messed up here. I shouldn't have wasted my elite here, but I think we're fine at this point to die. No, we're not. Now we're fine to die. So, yeah, as soon as I use my F3, I've got 1 stack of lethal tempo at least. And I'm able to trade, so I'm able to keep up my lethal tempo stack. So I'm just able to do so much damage. And this guy is on me when I have no cooldown, so I'm just going to back off. He has shield, so he doesn't really do much damage. Can't chase. I'm just going to let that go. I need to heal here. There's a mechanist. There's a... Go for the mechanist here. We got pulled. Wait for him to dodge. Any dodgers? There's the dodge. I'm going to use my sword 5. Whatever it's called. And then I just do the burst. And another thing is that willbenders love down bodies. You are not ever going to res against a willbender because once again, down bodies are just going to eat lethal tempo for free. So they're going to always have full stacks of lethal tempo. And by the way, they also leave behind like flames on the ground when they do their attacks. So those flames are just going to do constantly hitting the down body. And that's going to make them... Oh, this guy could be dead if he doesn't dodge here. There's one. I think I got him here. I hit something maybe. I knocked this guy down. Okay, but look, I'm pretty squishy when I don't have my cooldown. So I'm just going to kite, wait for my cooldowns. Go back in the sword. Waiting for my cooldowns. He's gonna dodge randomly. No, he uses his block. Okay, I don't have any cooldown. I have my F3 now, actually. I'm gonna do that. And now I'm in, like, kind of strong mode, but a little bit low. A little bit low. I'm gonna wait for my heal skill here. I'm gonna go back in. Throw this over here. It heals me. Also, my auto attack heals me. I have a stun break, but I'd like to find a good target here, but there's just like so much random shit. There he is. Do this. He goes invuln. Holy, I'm gonna have to use my elite, which is not a good timing to use it because I have all my skills up. This guy is capping the node, and then he's gonna let it insta decap. It's like he has no idea what's going on. Thief on me. Okay, we just kite now. We just need to kite and get out of combat. There's like damage there. I don't know. I'm just trying to play safe here. I want to die. If I die, then I give up my presence on the map. Use a sword 4. And I get... If I didn't have EU ping there, I would have got that kill, bro. Swear to God. It's okay, though. We poured up. Take it back. Stay on the mech. Use the F1, F3, and then this, and look at that fucking damage, bro. Holy crap. Willie is busted, bro. Is Core Warrior good for roaming? There's a couple good Core Warrior builds, yeah. Okay, that guy's capping. You can see I'm like really squishy, but during those moments where I'm using my F3, I go sicko mode. I'm just sicko mode during those times. But if you just survive, like a thief is the counter to me because it can just disengage whenever. I'm going to go massive in this one as well. He's just standing still. Like this is why people don't like Willbender because they like to stand still. you can't really do that. Standing still is not the option there. I'm waiting for my F abilities. I'm going to precast F2 so I have more lethal tempo. And they're already dead, so it doesn't matter. Every time you watch Guardian, it seems busted. It does seem busted. Because you don't know how to counter it. And neither do these players. They're not understanding how to counter it. This guy actually was doing well surviving earlier, but... I mean, this guy's playing Willbender, so I don't know what to tell you. He's got to practice it a little bit more. I have played a lot of Willbender, so if I gap someone on Willbender, it's probably not a big deal. I used to like main Willbender in EOD. That was my shit, bro. This map, you could fall to your death. That was like a decade ago. We are waxing Boomer right now. I could help my team, but I'm going to just cap instead. Okay, so did we get the... They got the belt. Oh. Yeah, maybe I should have paid attention to that. Okay, this guy used distortion. So that's another thing with Willbender is you have to watch the cooldowns of your enemies because you run out of damage if you don't use your skills properly, right? And if you miss your skills because you're not watching their cooldowns, then you run out of damage and then you are susceptible to being attacked, right? I think I hit him there. He's down. Where is he? He's not down. Okay, their Willbender. You saw the Willbender on their team just use his F3. The courage skill. I'm gonna not use my stun break here. I don't think there's too much danger here. Use all my F abilities and then just spam AoE. That's kind of why this skill is so good, Whirling Light, is because it's massive AoE. So in these team fights, I'm just able to basically max out my lethal tempo instantly. I'm gonna go in, yeah, here. I think I can jump up here. I don't practice this kite spot. I actually got out of combat because he didn't hit me. Nice. I didn't have to use my heal though. Yeah. Wait till we get to the Lumi portion of this stream. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna F3 out, but because I have my F3 up, I still want to fight. I still want to fight because my F3 is up, but I just wanted to F3 out. You see how like broken that is? I just F3 and then I Mog them instantly. So I think as long as you just don't fight them when they press their F3, that's like a good start. That's a good start. And like, if you've played against a Willbender, you probably have noticed that before, that you kind of like, you always get destroyed when they press their F3. Or maybe not, I don't know. Like, he uses it here, but then he dies. But I guess he's 1v4. Or 2v something. This warrior just uses heal skill. He dodges. I'm gonna take it back. Okay, he's rampaging. I don't want to waste my cooldowns. Dodge this. I'm gonna probably start my sword combo as well. Starting in sword always gives you the opener very well, because also another thing is Willbenders gain resolution when they port, so that gives them their crit chance. And they also gain fury when they use the sword skills, right? So what else do I get fury from? What else gives me fury, bro? Trying to think how I get fury. Just a sword 2? Oh, from this. Yeah, from this, the spear 3. Spear 3 and... Is that it? I guess it is. Wait, this guy's really low. I'm kind of just trolling right now. I almost hit him there. Did I hit him? He's dead. Is he? No. Stun break this. I'm gonna port back in. I can pressure this guy, and then I can pour back. That's the real one right there. There's kind of 2 Condi classes on me, so this is gonna pressure me a lot. My F3 is already off cooldown, so that was a bad mistake to do that, to be honest. Use my elite there, because I could have just F3 before. But, oh, what the hell is that? Okay, he uses block. He's continuum rifting, but I just blast him through it. Or Chronomancer. He doesn't even get to use his class mechanic. Use my flash combo on him. Cleanse. Drop back into sword. I kind of have like half fury with the scoundrel relic. It's kind of popping off. All right, I'm gonna F3 in here, and then I'm gonna pour it on him. He's like creating so many clones. What the hell is he doing? We dodge that. He dodges once. He distorts. He has a very like annoying, like kind of almost a troll build, I'd say. We can finish him off here. Maybe. I'm gonna pour it back so that I get the high ground advantage. 3 on him. He's gonna dodge. So look, this guy actually knows how to survive, and he's just dodging every time I get on top of him, which means I need to stop throwing my shit out instantly. I need to actually like shit, I'm gonna die. But I need to like count his dodges, right? Like that's super important on Willbender and DH. Count those dodges, because he's just gonna dodge as soon as I get near him. And so I can just bait out the dodges. So for you playing against a Willbender, don't panic and just waste your dodges, or that's why you die. You know? Nah, you ain't self-resing like that. Okay, this is a Condi Thief. I got the port on him. The only reason I hit that is because I had lag. I had EU lag, and it like delayed my rotation enough to get the burst there. So does that heal me if I don't hit something, or does it only heal me if I hit? I'd like to test that actually, because that would have told me some information. Let's try it. Hit me. So like, did you see how this Guardian just instantly judges intervention on me? Bro plays like a bot. Okay, it heals no matter what. This is like the average Guardian main. They just like JI on you when there's no need to press the JI ever. I don't even use JI anymore. Judges intervention. Because I have enough ports. I have enough. Some people are going to be like, well, you're losing a stun break then. Brother. Every Guardian does not use this as a stun break. They use it to like gap close like 3 centimeters. What should I get on my alt account, my EU account? Probably just gold, right? Probably just gold. Gotta pay for that 1,000 gold giveaway on my latest YouTube video. By the way, if you haven't seen that already, I should probably promote my 1,000 gold giveaway, huh? I could probably do that. So if you go to my YouTube channel, check the latest video. It's like peak builds is the thumbnail. It's like advertising the updated build section. And basically showing you guys how to use the website organization for builds. But you should go there, and on that video, make a comment. Read the pinned comment first so you don't make a comment that isn't eligible to win the giveaway. And yeah. Just go there and figure that out. And there's a 1,000 gold giveaway on my my latest video. It's gonna end in, I said 7 days, and it released on Friday, so next Friday. or this next Friday. Maybe don't promote it. I mean, yeah. I don't like to do giveaways because I don't like people who are only here for the giveaway. I'll do a couple giveaways here and there, but like, I don't like having people who are only here to like just profit. Like, you know, and to be honest, people are here to profit. They're here to learn, but I don't know. Something about the giveaways feels like less genuine to me. It's just marketing, right? It's just marketing, but I don't know. I don't like to do it. But maybe I should do more giveaways because they are pretty overpowered. Giveaways are pretty OP, bro. But like, for example, this video that I came out with, it was a pretty important video to market, so I did it anyways. It's only 90% of the... I mean, at least, you know, at least you're honest about it. I know you were here yesterday. I'm the opposite of Cello Frag. I wouldn't say I'm the opposite of him, but I wouldn't say that he's only giveaways. Well, no. For a long time, he was only giveaways, but I think he does like farming challenges. But he does a lot of giveaways, obviously. But I don't think he's only giveaways, and I don't think I'm only not giveaways because I obviously do giveaways still. My opposite is let me think who my actual opposite is, because he roams in World v World, so like that's pretty based. My opposite would be someone who does open world. No, because I do open world. Raids. No, but I do raids too. I do everything. I guess it would be just like Zergs, but like I'm now clouding. Yeah, it's any like Zerg streamer is like kind of my opposite, I guess. Anything where like the character on your screen is obscured by the gameplay. I think my content is very centered around like showing the character's animations. I feel like that's always more cinematic and more pleasing to watch. So and obviously more viewers. So anything that is like Zergy type content, like I guess raids, yeah, raids is kind of Zergy type content because it's stacking a lot, or like actual World v World Zergs. That's like not my content. Even when I do raids, like I'll move my character like slightly out of the stack so that you can see my character instead of just a blob of name tags. Hey, this thief is a selfish little bitch. Bro didn't give us any stealth. He just stealths himself. What the hell? I'm gonna F3 immediately because I don't want to get any stuff on me. Get on the Gale Shot. He dodged twice. That's enough dodges to run out of dodges, I guess. And now we got lethal tempo stacked up. Does this give weakness? It does. Bro, my relic is so good. The scoundrel relic. Huge. Because everything gives weakness and everything gives blind on Guardian. I should have took the repose back. F3's back though. Oh, I wasn't in range. Okay, this is a core Guardian. I need to kite. I'm gonna put this down and precast this into them. Use my heal. Weakness them. I'm gonna port towards them during his big attack. We move out of that. He's gonna dodge, then I stow into this. Sword 3. F3, I win button. Oh shit, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. There's a longbow ranger on me. I'm so cooked. Oh my god, that was so close, bro. I'm so dead, bro. Save me, please. Okay, he gave up. We're so back. We're so back. Oh, there's another willbender on their team. I haven't really resustained. I'm gonna do my burst. He moved with his F2. So, like, all these matchup videos are extremely very basic, right? They're extremely basic. They're meant to be basic. But when you get into, like, these more complex things, oh my god. Things get a little bit more complex, right? I'm gonna repose back so I can get the heal. My ally died while I'm being, like, focused by their entire team, by the way. Woo! Oh, yeah, it's over. Oh, I'm a rally. I'm a rally. Knock this guy down. You do not want to come at me again, brother. Weakness. Maybe he does, because he's got the boys. Yo, anyone want to help me? Ah! There's another? Why are there like 3 or 4 people chasing me, brother? I have to get my heal off. Oh my god, this conduit does 0 damage or what? How did bro do no damage to me? He used like the thing that one-shots you, right? Nah, bro, this ain't it. I have to repose here to cleanse. And this guy judges interventions. There's like 5 players on me. What the hell are you all doing? This guy just fucking judges interventions on me from the other side of the map, and I had 4 other people on me. All right. I was just chased and kept in combat for like the last 3 minutes. What did my teammates do? Let's find out. Actually, we can kind of like burst this because they have low cooldowns. Oh my damage. He instantly rallies, but I'm still going in because I am absolutely going to do that. I'm going to repose back because he's going to port back when he's in downstate. Nah, bro, you don't get this res. You don't get this res. I get this. Okay, he uses his spear 3. I'm going to invuln. I could have probably waited to do this because my F3 was coming off cooldown. We're going to wait for him to dodge here. Okay, he uses his elite now. I'm going to F1 into the end of his cast time. Okay, this is good. We bait him down, then we repose after his F3. Holy, I'm destroying this guy. I'm so going to destroy this guy now because he has nothing. Boom, he evaded randomly. I have my F3 now, but I have nothing really to follow through. I'm not wasting my F2. The emote, oh, he ports away. Kind of an anime fight, bro, to be honest. Kind of an anime fight. Willbenders are kind of like the anime class, ain't they? Alright, they're rangers on me. He's playing well, though. He's kiting me. He knows how his class works. Alright, I'm going to port on this guy after he dodges. There's a dodge. Now he knock him down. Ah, didn't knock him down. So that's why JI is kind of nice, because I can easily land that. But let's get on this conduit. Weakness. Oh, I'm dying here. I'm just so dead. I'm so dead. He's using his heal skill as well, which kills me. Do I not die there? Crazy. We have actually a 2 cap, so it's not terrible, but yeah, we lost that fight. I don't know why no one went on the willbender with me, but he was like literally 1 speck of health for like a minute. The V word trigger though. Alright, we gave up mid immediately as well. Love to see it. Use my F1 for swiftness. We're fighting for the sword buff. Ready for Freddy needs some help here, so we're going to go in on this. Put weakness out. I need to stay on this conduit, though. Can we cleave it before the other guy does his damage? Ah, he got his heal off. Unfortunate. I'm just going to wait for him to die, and then I can go in. Since he died, I can now go in for the kill. I don't want him to rally. Okay, this core guardian just blew all of his shit. So he's pretty much out of everything. This is why core guardian is not good, because it just uses judge's intervention and then it's dead. Okay. He's going to port in on that. I somehow got nothing there. He's standing up here because he knows he has nothing. Dodge that. He's got good positioning though, I'll tell you that. But he's got nothing left. Got his team actually. He's got his team. He uses JI into my elite. But I can't do anything about that because I am being chased again. Yeah, I can get this full decap, I think. It's really risky though. Very risky. And I'm also getting chased here by another. I blinded him. No, I'm dead, bro. So there's the JI into his Spear 5. But for some reason, this guy chased me, which was a very bad play. Massively bad play rotation there by this guy. Because I already lose this 1v1 to this Gale shot. I have to leave that fight. So he basically... Essentially what that guy did was he stunned himself for like 30 seconds. He was off the map for 30 seconds chasing me when I was already dead, basically. Or was basically wasting my time anyways, because I'm just trying to survive. When he could have killed my team at mid. Now we still have mid. So not a good play by that Willbender, but you know. Can't always make the best play. Okay, he's over here. I can use my... I wasted my cooldown there. He was still in his elite. I need to hit this target. I need to like start targeting for my team because they're not hitting targets. And I'm getting hit by all of them. Like, what is going on, bro? Oh, he took the repose back. Like, what are they doing? I'm getting counter pressured nonstop. And they don't pressure anyone. They just like swap. They're not on the same target at any point in this game. They're never on the same target, bro. I'm just dead. And they never go for anyone else besides me. Like, what the hell is this? They're standing on the node? You're standing on the node by yourselves? What the hell, bro? You guys are seeing the counter to Willbender is being outnumbered. Like, just permanently outnumbered because my teammates are making the most uneducated decisions I have ever seen. They just never chase my target. They never chase the same target. I have to chase their target, and then when I chase their target, they stop attacking their target because like, oh, that's not fair, bro. You can't 2v1 him. That's not fair. Like, what are you doing? Hit the fucking target, brother. And because all these guys are using their dodges as soon as they see me and immediately going on me as well. That's the counter as well, is just not having anyone that the Willbender can basically like focus you with. Because they use all their dodges, and I use all my damage. Right? I'm using all my damage and they're just dodging as soon as they see me. And then they have no dodges, but I just used all my damage. Right? So I need my teammates to play with me. Otherwise, I can't finish off any of these targets. Is he going back in? Where's the thief? Where's the thief at? Okay, I cleanse my ally. We get the kill. You can cap this node, but he's a core NG actually, now that I see that. Oh wait, he's using this. With the knock. Okay, we kill this. You're fine with that. I'm going to F3 just for faster rotational ability here, but better with bees. Alright, I kind of am low on cooldowns, but he owns the node anyways, so we don't need to engage this. He needs to engage me, to be honest. Because he's in the losing positioning. Okay, I dodged once. He likes that. I dodged. He's going to use his Spear 3. But I know that he's going to use Spear 3, so I... Yeah, we both understand this matchup. So we're kind of playing around each other pretty well. Now I've got my ally on me. He just needs to stand on the node. We win if he just stands on the node, so he has to... The guy has to stop attacking me and go for the node, right? Wait. I think I need this trait. Oh, dude. I needed inner fire. That's right. I was using the wrong... I still did 30% of the team's damage. No wonder I didn't realize where my Fury uptime was. I was using Healer's Resolution, which you don't need as a Willbender, because every time I use a Virtue, I get Resolution, and every time I port, I get Resolution. I need inner fire, dude. I was using the wrong build. My damage goes up from here. It only goes up. Yeah, I'm using the Relic of the Scoundrel now. Relic of the Scoundrel. Because I was using Relic of the Brawler, which is like 10% more damage when you get Resolution or Protection, which you get every time you use a Virtue, right? You get Resolution. So it would make your Virtues give you like 10% more damage. But Relic of the Scoundrel gives you 8 seconds of 10% crit chance whenever you weaken or blind an enemy. I'm literally going to change this to the new one, because you blind on your Sword 2, you blind on your F1, you weakness on your Spear 2, you blind on your Spear 3, wait for it, you weaken on your Spear 5, you weaken on Whirling Light, and hold on, is there one more here? Is there one more? No, there's no more. There's no more, that's it. But that's still a lot of sources of weakness and blind. So, I have pretty much permanent 10% crit chance. Actually a thief with Aegis? I mean, yeah. Have you never heard of the blue thief meme? I'm going to change the Relic of the Scoundrel literally right now, because that seems to do well. And it allows you to run Valkyrie Amulet too. Valkyrie Amulet with this, because Willbenders are like free kills. You saw me getting killed in those outnumbered situations, right? You saw me getting killed. Imagine if I'm running Zerkami. Imagine if I'm running Zerkami with like 15,000 HP with all the health resources. And also, if you run Zerkami, you have to run this as well. So you're giving up the Willbender Flames trait to get more vitality. But you could just take Valkyrie and still get... Look at my crit chance right here. And remember, I have extra 10% crit chance here against burning enemies. So I have 10% crit chance against burning enemies. And then if I port in and blind and weaken and get Fury, it goes up to 85 with the Scoundrel Relic. So it's 95. Why am I not answering any questions in the comments under my videos? Did you make a comment on my video that has like hundreds of views on it, or what? I usually answer all the comments that ask questions, but did you ask a question that I didn't answer, or what? Marauders any good on Willbender? No. No, because you have too much crit chance. You're just gonna overcap. Permeate me, daddy? What the fuck? What kind of a absolutely cringe... Holy shit. I am sure I want to overwrite that immediately. How do I rename that? That is cringe. How long ago did I have that? Yikes. I'm just gonna rename that Yikes. That was the Permeating Wrath Guardian build. Holy. I am not using that build. That's for sure. Oh wait, I overwrote my build as well. Shit. I was using Permeating Wrath. Oh, this was the Condi DH build, which we actually referenced today. It's crazy. Willbender mid, bottom, mid. Top, bottom, bottom. I think we're good here. We go into another match. We won that last match, right? Yeah.